Hi Raja, hi Shilpa. Okay, so from where we have to start? Okay, what is Azure Data Factory? Okay, yes, we have to start from Azure Data Factory. What is Azure Data Factory? Page number 35. So I'll go here to page number 35. Okay, what is Azure Data Factory? See here, guys. Azure Data Factory is a fully managed serverless data integration solution for inserting, preparing, and transforming our data. So using Azure Data Factory, we can insert the data, we can extract, and then we can transform the data. Okay. When compared to other ETL tools, okay, my voice is not audible. Why it is not audible? What about others? Is my voice audible to others? Can I get the responses from others? Okay, Radha Shekhar, my voice is audible. Manpreet, okay, okay, fine, all right, fine, guys. So, what we can do basically, we use Azure Data Factory to do the ETL. To do the ETL, the main purpose of using Azure Data Factory, the main purpose of using Azure Data Factory. In short, we call it as ADF. In short, we call it as ADF. The main purpose of using Azure Data Factory is to, okay, perform the ETL. Is to perform the ETL. What the ETL is? ETL. ETL stands for extract and then transform and then load. Extract, transform, and then load. So there are many tools available in the market to do the ETL. Okay, why ADF we are using? Firstly, ADF is an inbuilt service that we have got in our Azure cloud computing platform. Okay, if we are using ADF, then there are many configurations, many things that we are not required to do. Azure cloud computing will itself do all these activities for us. Azure Cloud Computing will itself do all the activities for us. See here, when compared to other ETL tools like SSIS, Informatica, DataStage, etc., there are many ETL tools in the current market. But in these tools, we have to set up everything. What I'm saying here, in these tools, we have to set up everything like infrastructure, cost, performance, productivity, security. Okay, all these parameters we have to take care of in other tools. But when it comes to ADF, this all will be done by Azure only. Azure will do all these things. So ADF is much more efficient than these tools, and ADF is fully managed by Microsoft. And we need not to worry about underlying infrastructure, cost, performance, security, etc. Everything will be taken care by Microsoft for inserting, loading the data into the different destinations and targets. Okay, simple points, guys, simple points which will make you easy to understand. Okay, when we are doing some SQL queries for doing the transformation, but from 2019 onwards, what has happened from 2019 onwards, we have a mapping data flow came into picture where we need or we can do all kind of transformations easily without writing the code in ADF. So we can do all the transformations very easily without writing the code in Azure Data Factory. Okay, we can do many things in Azure Data Factory. We can simplify two main tasks. We can copy the data. We can transform the data. Okay, like this kind of tasks can be automated and scheduled easily in Azure Data Factory. Okay, fine. So in ADF, we can fetch, we can extract the data from variety of different sources. In ADF, we can fetch and extract the data from variety of different sources. The data could be in any size, any format, any shape. We can fetch and extract the data from source, transform it, and load it into the destination. Okay, fine. So based upon the business needs, we can insert or dump the data into the destination in any different format as compared with source. If data is source in Excel format, we can extract, transform, and load the data into the CSV format. So getting the data in one format and loading into another format is also possible in Azure Data Factory. Okay. We can even load the data from multiple sources to one single destination. Okay, like SQL database, single table, or one single file, or an okay Parquet format varies business to business requirements, depends upon. Microsoft has inbuilt many source and destinations as datasets as native to Azure Data Factory Studios and Azure Data Engineers. So what we are doing here, these are general points, guys, about the data factory. These are the general points about the Azure Data Factory. These are all the general points. Now see here, this is your source system. Okay, and in your source system, you're having some files, file 1, 2, 3, 4. This is some files you're having in your source system. Now these files you have to copy from your source system to your target. These files you have to copy from your source system to target. Okay, so what we'll do here, see, we'll place ADF in between the source system and target system. We'll keep an Azure Data Factory, and using Azure Data Factory main components like link services, data sets, ADF pipelines, okay, ADF resources like activities and controls, will move the files from source system to target system. We'll move the files from source system to target systems. This is what we can do by keeping the ADF in between the source and target. Keeping the ADF between source and target. Okay. If you want to move the files from my source to target, then we need some compute infrastructure, and this compute infrastructure is taken care by integration runtime. So see, when ADF is moving the files from source to target, so it is not just happening in the air. ADF also needs some power. ADF also needs some compute. It also needs some networking. It also needs some okay resources so that it can copy the files from source system to target system. And that compute power, processing power, networking power, everything will be given to ADF by integration runtime. All these things will be given by ADF. All these things will be given to ADF by integration runtime. Integration runtime is a feature of ADF, and this will get created along with ADF. When you create ADF, integration runtime will also get created with your ADF, and this integration runtime is automatically managed by ADF based upon the data volume which has to move from source to target. Which has to move from source to target. Integration runtime is what? It's basically provides compute infrastructure. It is used by ADF, and this compute infrastructure is like network, storage, memory, etc. All these things can be taken care of by integration runtime. Compute power, networking power, memory, processing, everything will be taken care of by integration runtime. By default, we'll have an integration runtime while creating an ADF service. If you want to move the data from cloud to cloud, or want to move the data from public network to cloud, then we cannot install any external integration runtime, and by default, we'll have this integration runtime, which will get created along with the Azure Data Factory. Okay, when performing the transformation, means we are performing here like joins, unions, select, etc. We can do many things in ADF, guys. Step by step, we'll cover all. There are many labs we are going to do using ADF. Many labs we are going to do using ADF. I'll just show all this one by one. Okay, so when client don't want to load the data as it is, they need some transformations to be performed before loading the data to the target. Then these transformations are helpful in ADF. Using ADF, we can do these transformations. ADF is complete ETL, that is extract, transform, load. Okay, and tool, it's an ETL tool in which we can extract, transform, and load the data into destination. We can load the data into the destination. Building blocks of Azure Data Factory. The main important components of Azure Data Factory is what? Okay, link services, data sets, ADF pipelines activities, and ADF pipelines. ADF pipelines. Okay, these are the main components of Azure Data Factory. Inside this, there are many small things that we'll do, but I can say here Like, if a human body is there, what the main parts of human body? Okay, eyes, heart, kidneys, hands, legs, nose, brain, something like this. The very, very important main parts of ADF is this one: link services, datasets, pipelines, and activities or controls. You can say activities of controls. What is pipelines in ADF? Azure Data Factory. Pipeline is a logical grouping of activities that together perform a task. So what we'll do in ADF pipelines, we'll group the activities to fulfill the business requirement. Practically everything I'll show. Today only we have started ADF. No need to be panic. Everything I'll cover. A data factory can have one or more pipelines. The activities we define in pipelines performs the action on our data. 40 activities we can define in one pipeline. 40 activities or 40 controls we can put it in one pipeline. Activities in ADF, the activities in a pipeline define action to perform our data. ADF supports below types of activities: data movement, data transformation, data control. Okay, data movement activities, data transformation activities, and data control activities. This all I'm going to show you step by step, no need to worry. Okay, data sets in ADF. What is data set? What is data set in ADF, and what is link services in ADF? See here, I'll tell you. See, first, we'll deploy the ADF. Then step one. Okay, first we'll deploy the. Then second, step two, what we'll do? We'll create the link services in ADF. What is this link services? This link services will carry the information saying that to which source system the ADF has to connect. This link services will carry the information, which will carry the information, or this link services will tell ADF. If I put it in very simple words, very simple English, this link services will tell ADF, to connect to which source systems. To connect to which source system. Okay, if you are having 14, 15, 30, 40 source systems, then to which source system ADF has to connect to fetch the data, that will be, we are defining here in link services. Okay, fine. And what is here, this data set? Okay, we'll create the data set. Okay, this data set will tell the source system to pick which file to process and load it into the destination. What I'm saying here, data set will tell the source system, or data set will tell the link services. Data set will tell the link services to pick which file to process and load it into the destination. Getting, guys? I told now 40 activities you can put in one pipeline. Material, I have written all the points, Manpreet. So please read the points in the material, what is being mentioned. That will be very helpful for you. See, guys, these points are very important for interviews point of view. For interviews point of view, this theory is very, very important. Please don't take this theory light. This theory is very important for interviews point of view. Okay, fine. So that is what I'm saying here. Okay, data set will tell the link service to pick which file to process and load it into the destination. Link services will tell ADF to connect to which source system. If you're having 10, 15, 40, 30 source systems, then to which source system? What is source system? How does it look like? Okay, what is source system? Source system could be a storage account. Source system could be an SQL database. Source system could be an on-prem folder. Anything it could be. We are going to do a lot of labs by considering the different source systems and different data sets also. Okay, fine guys, is that clear? That is what I'm saying here. Data set link services. Okay, I will create the link services first. After that, we'll create the data set. So let me put here link services and then data sets. Okay, it contains the information about the source system. Means if we are having 10 source systems, then link services will carry the information to which source system it has to connect. Okay, data set after the link services confirm the source system, and if we are having 10 files in the source system to which we are connected, then the data set will carry that information to pick which of the file in the source system it has to pick. Okay, or else these definitions also you can use. You can use these definitions also, your choice. Okay, link services. Okay, link services will tell us, will tell to ADF. Link services will tell ADF to connect to which source system. Simple point. And data set, here I am saying this one. Okay, data set will tell the link services to pick which file to process and load into the destination. Okay, fine. Example, if you want to copy the data from blob storage to SQL database, then we must create two link services. One for Azure blob storage and another one for SQL database. Example I have given. If you want to copy the data from storage account to SQL database, if you want to copy the data from storage account to SQL database, then we create two link services. We'll get two link services. One is for blob storage and another one is for SQL database. Okay, we need contributor access in Azure portal to load the data from source to target with ADF in Azure subscription. If you want to move the data, then there are two ways. We can connect to the on-prem system and then we can move the data to the cloud. We can also move the data from cloud to cloud. It might be from AWS or might be from public network also. And for this, we can use Azure integration runtime to connect to the source and then we can transfer the data from one place to another. Lot of points are there, guys. These are all points related to your Azure Data Factory only. Okay, fine. Is that clear? You can get the data from on-premise also into your Azure Data Factory. You can get the data from your cloud integration services, cloud services also into Azure Data Factory. Okay. If we don't want to move our data to other regions, then here we can create our own integration runtime, and by default, we'll have the Azure integration runtime, which will get created along with the ADF. In ADF itself, we are having data flows, maybe our source system hosted on a virtual network, and here we can create Azure integration runtime, and we can enable the virtual network option, and we can connect the security to our systems. Lot of theoretical points, guys. This is all same diagram I'm showing here. Source system, target system. These files I have to copy from source to target. Then I'll use ADF in between. And in ADF, I'll do all these things, link services, data sets. Link services dataset I'll create for source. Link services dataset I create for destination. And then finally, I'll design a pipeline accordingly as per the need of my project. As per the need of my project. Okay, see, as shown in above pic, if my client wants, if my client wants me to schedule or run every day 4 a.m. IST, he doesn't want this to be run manually every time. Instead, okay, it should be scheduled or automated at a specific time, and whatever the new data has been loaded into my source, that should be loaded into my target system using Azure Data Factory. Then in this case, we use what triggers? We use the triggers. So in order to work this schedule mechanism, we have a concept called triggers. So what ADFs are doing, what triggers are doing in ADF, triggers are used to automate the runtimes. Triggers are used to automate the runtimes. Okay. Is that fine? Clear? I'll say that I don't want to run the ADF pipeline manually every time. I don't want to run it manually every time. I want it to be triggered, to be run by itself. Fine, guys, is that clear? So in order to work on this schedule mechanism, we have a concept called trigger in ADF. We have different types of triggers: schedule-based trigger, tumbling windows-based trigger, event-based trigger. Different types of triggers we are having here. Okay. So there is a purpose for each and every trigger. Accordingly, we have to use. Okay. If you want to, I'll show practically, guys. All these things I'll show you practically. Believe me, I think there are some 35 to 40 laps we are going to do on ADF. Believe me, lot of laps. Okay, we are going to see in ADF. Variety of okay, variety of different scenarios, requirements. Okay, we are going to cover in ADF. We are going to cover in ADF. Variety of different requirements, different scenarios, different use cases. Use cases we are going to see. We are going to cover in ADF labs. Today is just the first class of ADF. Just wait and watch. Okay. If you want to run this pipeline with the past windows slice, or if you want to run pipeline generally, there are a lot of concepts associated with the tumbling trigger. If there is a huge volume of data, large files, small files, then in such scenarios, we can use the properties in tumbling trigger like Windows Max concurrency and all. Lot of concepts are there. And in if you see here, if you want to schedule the pipeline only on weekdays, no weekends, and automation. If you want to run the ADF pipelines only on weekdays, not on weekends, and wants to load the data into targets and those types of schedules is like every day 5 a.m. IST, for every 4 hours, for every Monday 7 a.m. IST, different requirements. Your client is saying he wants to load the data every day 5 a.m. He wants to load the data every day 7 a.m. or he wants to load the data for every 4 hours automatically. Then we can achieve this with the schedule based triggers. We can achieve this with triggers easily. We can achieve this with triggers easily. Data flow, here we'll do the transformations. We are having different types of transformations in SQL. Some of the values, these are the different formulas we are going to apply on ADF pipelines, ADF controls. All this comes under aggregations. Like this, we have different types of transformations that we need to perform. There are also different types of transformations that we can do in data flow, like joins, unions, conditional sequence, etc., etc. Many things we can do. Okay, guys, is that clear? Different types of integration runtimes that we'll see. Different types of integration runtimes. Okay, that we'll see here. What is that? Azure integration runtime, Azure SSIS integration runtime, self-hosted integration runtime. Azure integration runtime, this will get created along with our ADF. Okay. See, Shilpa Rao, what you are saying here, this scheduling can be done by other job scheduling tools. You can use other tools, but that is not recommended. You can use other tools also, Shilpa Sahu. No one is stopping you. But if any security gets compromised, if the data not got loaded properly, then you cannot go and catch hold of Microsoft Azure, because ADF is getting you with a complete package. They're getting ADF with complete package, wherein you can design, you can extract, you can transform, you can load, you can run the jobs, you can do the monitoring even, you can do the automations. Many things you can do in ADF. So if you're getting everything in single technology, single tool, okay, if you want to use third-party tool, some other, you can use it, no problem. But here, as Microsoft is not recommended. Okay, is that clear? What is this? Manpreet, sir, it seems data transformation is only done using stored procedures. No, stored procedures is used to okay, get the result set, get the data. Stored procedures can be used to load the data. Transformation, no. Transformations can be done, okay, with ETL tools like ADF, SSIS, Informatica, Oracle BI, etc. Data loading, data fetching, data presenting can be done with stored procedure. Stored procedure is completely a concept of SQL. Okay, fine. Yes, Ahil Khan, you are right. See here, ADF is similar to SSIS, but it is much more advanced than SSIS. It is much more advanced than SSIS. It is lot better, okay, compatible, lot better secure, lot better performance it will give you as compared to SSIS. Okay, fine. So integration runtimes are there. 3 types of integration runtimes. This will get created along with ADF. I'll show you where this integration runtime will get created along with the ADF. I'll show you. Next, we are having SSIS integration runtime. When we want to run SSIS packages, via ADF, then we create this SSIS integration runtime. IR stands for what? IR stands for integration runtime. IR stands for integration runtime. IR stands for integration runtime. Okay, fine. So here this will get created along with your ADF. If you want to run on-prem SSIS packages via ADF, sometimes the requirement comes like this also. If we want to run on-prem SSIS packages via ADF, Azure Data Factory in cloud, then we have to create a Azure SSIS integration runtime. This we have to create manually. I am going to show you this lab also. We are going to run on-prem SSIS packages also using Azure Data Factory. In that case, we'll use this okay, Azure SSIS integration runtime. Fine. And then next we are having what? Self-hosted integration runtime. Suppose the integration runtime which has been created along with the ADF, if you are not satisfied with that integration runtime performance, it is taking lot of time to load the data into your destination. Okay, it is not as good as you are expecting and all. Then in that case, okay, what is you can do? You can create a self-hosted integration runtime. You can create a self-hosted integration runtime. Okay, fine. Compute infrastructure, when we want to move the data, from source to target, then the compute infrastructure is needed for ADF to move the data from one place to another. Okay, without writing even a single piece of code, we can execute SSS packages in ADF. But for this, we should run the Azure SSS integration runtime. So here we must create this Azure SSIS integration runtime content. This Azure SSIS integration runtime we have to connect when we want on-premises SSIS package and we want to execute those SSIS packages in ADF. We want to execute those SSIS packages in ADF, then we can use this. Self-hosted integration runtime, if the data is in on-premises and hosted on private network, and we have to connect to their network, then in this case, we can use the self-hosted integration runtime, and it is a secure network. And when we want to connect to that secure system and need to move the data to the target, hence in these scenarios, okay, we use the self-hosted integration runtime. We use the self-hosted integration runtime. Services, integration runtime, okay, pipelines, data sets, and activities. If you see here again, the main components of ADF only I am presenting. I am presenting the main components of ADF only. Here we can see how the components of ADF are clearly dependent on each other. What is the use of triggers? Why we use triggers? Triggers are used to schedule the execution of pipelines. Automatically the pipelines will get executed. Pipelines and triggers have many-to-many relationships. Multiple triggers kick off a single pipeline, or a single trigger can kick off multiple pipelines. So one single trigger can run many pipelines automatically. One single trigger can run many pipelines automatically. When to use ADF? When to use ADF? See here, all these points. See guys, in interviews, it is expected. I'm telling again, I'm not a fool here giving you this much of theoretical content. Directly, I can start the labs. Directly, I can start the labs. Okay. I'm not, wasting time here. This is very important for interviews point of view. Again, I'm telling you. Interviews, they will check your theoretical knowledge only. They will not give you laptop and they will not ask you to implement an ADF. Please understand. When to use ADF? We can use ADF when we are building a big data analytics solutions on Microsoft Azure. We use ADF when we are building a modern data warehouse solutions that relies on technologies such as SQL Server, SSIS, analysis services, and all. ADF also provides the ability to run SSS packages on Azure or build a modern ETL ELT pipeline and letting us access both on-premises and cloud data services. Lot of points when we can use ADF I am mentioning here. See, in Azure we are having ADF, okay, and ADF can fetch the data from customers' applications, from other source systems, other on-prem systems, and all. We can process, we can transform, and then we can load the data. And once the data is loaded properly into the destination, then from there, the Power BI reports, Tableau reports can be generated. Okay, Power BI, Tableau reports, all that can be generated. Okay, why to use ADF? Why to use ADF? Okay, see, ADF is cost effective. It is cheap compared to other ETL tools in the market. Like you take Data Stage, Oracle BI, Informatica, and all. Compared to other ETL tools, ADF is cost effective. It is cheap. It is cloud scale. ADF being a PaaS offering, ADF is offered as platform as service that can quickly scale if needed for the big data movement with data sizes from terabytes to petabytes. But terabytes to petabytes of data also you can extract, transform, and load in Azure Data Factory. We will need the scale of multiple nodes to chunk data in parallel. Okay. We can increase the processing power of ADF whenever we want. Suppose for an example, 100 GB data, it is loading into your destination in 30 minutes. So you can increase the performance of the ADF accordingly. Then to load 100 GB data, as it was taking previously 30 minutes, it will take 10 minutes also. That much compatible. ADF is that much compatible, and it will give you that tremendous performance. But see here, remember one thing, as you are boosting the power of your ADF, compute power, networking, processing power, it will charge you accordingly. Your billing will be chargeable accordingly. Please keep that in mind. You have to keep that in mind. The biggest concern around any integration solution is security. It is enterprise grade security. ADF is giving you enterprise grade security. Okay. No, Oracle, I don't have any Oracle software, Bhaskar. Okay. Oracle, AWS, this software should be there. This configuration should be there. These networks are completely different. Then only we can show the labs. Labs is not. No, I have to check it, Bhaskar. My skill set is not Oracle also. Okay. If you want, I can give you some documentation. My skill set is not Oracle. SQL Server, I'm going to show you. SQL Server, I'm going to show you a lot of scenarios. Because MS SQL is also part of Microsoft and ADF is also part of Microsoft. SQL Server to cloud database, yes, I'm going to show that also. Yes, migration we are covering. We are covering migration also. Karthik, what is scalability? Scalability means the ease of transformation. Ease of transformation. Scalability means what is the meaning of scalable? First, we'll see that one. Okay. So getting into one shape to another shape, that is called scalability. Okay. Transformation easy is called scalability. Okay. The capacity to be changed. See, same exactly I have told. The capacity to be changed in size or scale means you can increase your ADF power, you can decrease your ADF power, you can change the pipeline structures in your ADF. Okay, all these things can be done easily in Azure Data Factory. That is what we are saying here. It is scalable. Okay, fine. It is having enterprise level security. Okay. Data transformation we are migrating. Okay, store procedures. If you want to migrate to cloud database, then you can do it directly. No need to have an ADF here. Data, if it is there, then we have to migrate the data using ADF. Okay, fine, Bhaskar. High performance hybrid connectivity. Okay, what is this? ADF supports more than 90 plus connectors. 90 plus connectors means what? To 90 different sources you can connect using ADF. Okay, more than 90 plus connectors. The connectors support on-premises sources as well, which helps us to a data integration solution with our on-premises sources. Easy interaction. It is very user-friendly. ADF, you can do most of the things in ADF using mouse. Using graphical user interface, you can do most of the things in ADF. As ADF supports so many connectors, and that makes it easy to interact with all kind of technologies. Visual UI authoring and monitoring tools. It makes us super productive as we can go with drag and drop development. The main goal of the visual tool is to allow us to be productive with ADF by getting pipeline up and running quickly without requiring us to write a single line of code. Okay, fine. Lot of benefits, guys. These are all benefits. Okay, all this you have to remember. Just remember the side headings. That is sufficient. Don't remember this content. Not required. Okay, see here, Azure Data Factory fetching the data from different sources. Okay, from Data Factory, we can load the data into the destination storage account. It could be data lake storage, it could be blob storage, anything. And then from here, we can push the data to SQL data warehouse. Okay, and from here to SQL Server analysis services. And then from here, Power BI reports can be generated. Okay, so not only here, if you see this process, okay, if you see here this process, many people comes into picture. The people who are working as okay machine learning and data science, they'll also come here. The people who are working as data analytics tools, they are also working here. The people who are working as data engineers, they are also getting involved here. Many teams will work together, guys. Many teams will work together. After your work is done, then the data analytics people will start their work. Machine learning people will start their work by presenting the data into different charts, different reports, and all that stuff. Okay, data flow. Data flow allows data engineers to develop graphical data transformation logic without writing the code. Data flows are executed. Data flow is what we are. Data flow is one of the features we are having, wherein we can design the ADF pipelines, and it will helps us. Okay, it will helps us to develop graphical data transformation, etc. Data flows are executed as activities within Azure Data Factory pipelines using scale out Azure Databricks cluster. Okay, with ADF integration runtime are the compute infrastructure used to provide data integration capabilities such as data flow and data movement. ADF has the following three integration runtimes. This I have told already. Azure integration runtime, self-hosted integration runtime, and Azure SSS integration runtime. Okay, mapping data flows for transformations and aggregations. Okay, so mapping data flows are visually designed data transformation in Azure Data Factory. It allows data engineers to develop read this all theoretical points: general purpose, memory optimized, compute optimized. These are the different mapping data flows that we can implement in ADF. Steps on high level to work with Azure Data Factory. What are the steps? On a very high level, I'm giving the steps. First, we'll create an ADF. Okay, first we'll create an ADF. We'll launch the ADF studios. We'll create the link services for source system. Then we'll create the data set for source system. Then we'll create the link services for destination, data set for destination. So link services we are creating both for source system and destination system. Data set also we are creating both for source system and destination system. While designing the ADF pipelines, okay, in this ADF pipeline, we'll use the different controls and activities as per the need of the business. Okay, then we'll do the publish, then we'll do the debug. Finally, the data will get loaded into our target and destination. These are the steps, guys, which I have given on a very high level, very high level. I'll show you this. Okay, fine. All right. We'll see, Bhaskar. We'll see. Okay, at the end of the batch, if time permits, we'll see. Because you are saying it for Oracle, right? Oracle database, right? So the Oracle is completely different here. First, I have to look into it. If time permits, okay, we'll see this, no problem. Fine. So this is the steps that we are having on a very high level when we are working with the Azure Data Factory. So Bhaskar, see, I'll tell you one thing. When it is needed now, so you can take the help of your colleagues. Okay, you can take the help of your colleagues. What happens here? See, everyone doesn't know everything. That's really true, guys. I'm telling you for everyone here. See, in a team, why we are having teams? Why we are having teams in our projects? In our projects, okay, to help each other. Actually, to help each other because in team no one knows everything. No one knows everything. Some people are good in some areas, some people are good in some part, some people are weak in some part. So for that reason only we work in a team to boost, to help one and another. Trust me guys, in my project, we are having client architects. We are having architects at a client level. There are 15 or 12 years senior than us. We are working in India, they are working in Europeans. They are 55 years old. So if any help is needed and all, we frankly ask them. You frankly tell them, this is not the problem we are getting, we are not finding this and all that stuff. They will help. So you can take help from seniors. Worst case, I'm telling to everyone, if seniors is also not helping, mostly that will not happen. 90% it will not happen. Sometimes seniors is also not helpful, kind of. Then you can search it in YouTube or Google. Some people will learn with YouTube videos. Some people will learn with YouTube videos, some people will learn with Google articles, depends. I'm very good learning with videos because I like videos. Some people will follow the Microsoft documentation by searching it in Google. It depends upon. And see, one more thing here, guys. When you join a project, okay, okay, yeah, I'll give it Manpreet. I'll give it. Fine. So this is what I was trying to say. So these are the steps that we are having on a very high level. Okay, this you can do. Fine. I'll do one thing, guys. I'll do one thing. I'll give acha. One thing, how many of you are doing the labs till now? What we have done, all the labs. How many of you are doing the labs? At least you have done some 10-15 labs. How many of you are doing the labs? How many of you have completed? Okay, Manpreet is doing. So Manpreet, till where you have done the labs? Till where? Dhananjay? Acha, till Azure Storage Explorer. So you guys are getting all the outputs as expected. How you guys are doing the labs, following the videos? Following the videos, how it is? Okay, I'll give the assignments. I'll give the assignment. Yeah, you can do the revision with videos. That would be better. Solution B. Solution B, you don't have any name. Why are you joining with this name, Solution B? Or you don't know how to rename? I think last time also I told it, please log in with your proper name. This is your name on Zoom. So you can change your name now. No, you don't want to change your name. Yeah, I can. Okay, fine, guys. I'll do one thing. Just hold on. I'm having some assignments here. Hmm. See, guys, these are the assignments that I'm having. Few assignments. Okay. See, creation of storage accounts with different requirements and all that stuff. Okay, migration. This I have not shown yet. I'll first show, then I'll give you as an assignment. Authentication and authorization of storage accounts in Azure Storage Explorer. So I'll do one thing. I'll say here assignments for a Azure Data Factory. Sorry, Azure Data Engineers batch. No, no. On daily basis, no. I'll give you the assignments right now. Okay, I'm giving you these assignments in Google Drive. Okay, you take these assignments. Okay, and do this. So whatever I have completed, that assignments only I'm giving here. Okay, these are all the assignments, guys. So whoever is interested, they can do it. Azure Data Factory we have started today. These are all the assignments we are having for Azure Data Factory. These are all the assignments. Azure Databricks, Azure Databricks Apache Spark Cluster, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Stream Analytics. Okay, fine. So these are few assignments, guys, that I'm giving it to everyone. Okay, I'll upload in the Google Drive. Okay, these assignments you can do it. You can do these assignments. Okay. So Bhaskar, I'm not having credit card. I'm not having a credit card to get an Azure account. Okay, I'll share the sample data as well. Okay, I'll share the sample data. I'll go to the Google Drive here. I'm giving the assignments, guys. Okay, I'm just deleting all this stuff. You submit the assignments to support.naresheti.com. Okay, you guys submit the assignments to support.naresheti.com. I'll say here sample data you guys want it, right? Anyhow, for Azure Data Factory, we are going to use this sample data only. That is what I am giving now. See, sample files for ADF, sample files for ADF demos. Okay, sample files for ADF demos. I'll upload here. Okay, I'll say here upload the folder. If you see here, we are having lot of files. See, these many files we are considering as sample files for our ADF. See, lot of files are there that we are considering for our ADF. This folder I have already shared. So please download, guys. Everyone download. So no problem, Bhaskar. You can change the team. You can change the team. Okay. We cannot change the family. Except family, we can change everything, right? We can change house, we can change bike, we can change company, we can change wife, we can change girlfriend also, right? Yeah, I understand. Some people are very con. Okay. Such peoples are there in the world. So multiple options we are having. Fine, 1 minute, guys. Let me upload this once, or else I'll get confused. I'll say here folder upload. I'm considering some other sample files also, guys. These files I'm considering. These files also I'm considering. Okay, okay. I'll just take this one. I'll say here upload. CSV files and zip files, sample files for ADF. Excel files. Okay. These folders are having lot of files. Why you have not downloaded solution B? Why you have not downloaded? I beg everyone. I beg everyone. Whenever I upload, I beg. I don't request also. Please download. Please download. Why you have not downloaded till now? Until the end of the class. Which class? How come you have thought? How come you have thought this? 100 times I'll say, please download, please download, please download. Get it from someone in your colleague. Get it from someone who has downloaded. Just ask them. They will forward it to you. Guys, see here, I have dropped the Google Drive link. Okay. Please download it. Quickly download. I'll give some time. Okay. Assignments I have uploaded. Sample files I have uploaded. Okay. And this sample data for ADF also I have uploaded. Please download everyone quickly. Three folders you have to download and one assignment document you have to download. I'll give some time, guys. I'll give some time. Please download. Everyone, you explore later. You see later what it is and all. First download. Create a separate folder like Azure Data Engineering classes, and in that folder, keep all these folders. Maintain a proper hierarchy, guys. I have sent it, ma. Jitendra, I have sent it already. 1 minute. Let me send one more time. Okay. Sorry. I sent it to Mithunjay. Okay. See, now I have sent the link. I have sent the link to everyone. Please go ahead and download everyone. Please, everyone, download. Guys, everyone downloaded? Manpreet, you mean to say Google Classroom? You mean to say, can you maintain all this material to Classroom means what Google Classroom you mean to say? See, the point here is I'll keep these documents. I'll keep these documents maybe for 3-4 days or more than that time. No, Manpreet, for Google Classroom also, I'll get some specific limit, right? Beyond maybe some 10 GB, 15 GB like that. Na? If I use, I cannot go more than that, na, Manpreet? Huh. So that's why, and one more thing here in Google Classroom, there is a lot of formalities you have to do. You have to give the title, you have to give the body, you have to do a lot of, waste work we have to do. Here in Google Drive, straightforward with one click, I can upload it. That's it. And it's not something like I delete it immediately. I'll keep it for 3 to 4 days, 4 to 5 days of time. After that, when it requires me to upload some new documents, then only I'll delete this one. Until and unless I'll keep it. Okay. Even after that also, if you people are not downloading, then it's very difficult. Okay. Solution B, no problem. You can download it. I'll keep it, ma. I'll keep it. I'll keep it for 2-3 days. But please don't take it as granted. Okay. Still 2-3 days is there na. No, you download it immediately. Okay. Fine. All right. See, guys. See, implementation steps to create and deploy ADF. How we can create and deploy ADF in Azure Cloud Computing. From here, we are starting the labs. These are all ADF labs. These are all ADF labs we are going to start. Okay. So I'll start the ADF labs from tomorrow. Today we have done the introduction and theoretical key points about ADF. Tomorrow we'll start with all these labs. Okay, tomorrow I'll show you how we can deploy the ADF. Then slowly, steadily, step by step, I'll get enter into more technical concepts of Azure Data Factory. Is that clear? Guys, please download everyone. Yeah, Rashekar, tell me. Okay, I'll upload SQL also. 1 minute. Please download. I kept SQL for 10-15 days. You people have Rashekar has not downloaded. Now he's asking again. Okay, I'll go to softwares folder here. Okay, SQL Server. This file, upload it. Okay. That's okay, ma. That's okay. See, I'm uploading it. Okay, SQL Server is being done. Okay, SSMS is getting uploaded. SSMS software is getting uploaded. Okay, so same link. See, guys, the link will be same. I request everyone to please keep this link for your future references also. See, I'll make the things very simple. Like every other faculty, I'll not share the documents, assignments in a different new links. I'll use one link only. In that one link only, you will get every single thing right from the first class to last class. So please save this link as well in your favorites. Okay, I have created this permanent folder. This is the permanent folder I'm having as Naresh Azure Data Engineering Batch. In this folder only, I'll keep all these things. See, previous module assignments, I don't think data is required for module assignments. Okay, at some assignments only it is needed. You just check it. First, you read the requirement, then you can understand whether that sample data is needed or not. Because mostly we have considered sample data for ADF only. Okay, ADF just now we have started now. So ADF assignments I have not given anything. Let me teach the ADF first, then I'll give you the ADF assignments also. No, see, Ahel Khan, SSIS and SSAS is very old technologies. SSIS and SSAS is very old technologies. Whatever the knowledge you are having, that is fine. The scope is very less in the market for these tools. The scope is very less. The jobs requirement is very less. So I suggest you to focus more on ADF. See, learning and knowledge will never be a waste, but you should also know that which learning will give you more benefit, which learning will give you more advantage. When you are doing the hard work, you should be doing it in the correct way. So latest technologies you focus on. Power BI is also very good. SQL is also very good. Even as an Azure data engineer, you should know SQL as well. Important. Okay. Okay, clear na? Thank you, Ahel. Okay. Okay, guys, fine then. I'll close the class. Tomorrow we'll start with full-fledged ADF labs. Okay. Am I good to close the class? Okay.